This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. We have assembled the world's finest sports and trivia dorks to prove once and for all that we are just as bad at this as we were at sports. Hello, listeners. This is the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, sports trivia for those of us who rode the pine. Welcome to episode 260. I guess today I will be your host, Matt. Today's game will be pitting the Benchwarmer team of Eric Eid and Mr. Takamoto versus Benchwarmer Marcus and returning player and head coach on our Patreon team, Philip Sanford. So welcome back to the bench, Philip. Given that you've been on the show a few times and most folks know who you are, why don't you tell us about any summer adventures you have planned? Maybe you have some running adventures or something that you guys are going to be doing this summer?
So, we got a few adventures going. Actually, I'm wearing my 2024 NIT Champions T-shirt. I was just on campus at Seton Hall University. We had our first ever alumni weekend, which there were events going on from Thursday through Saturday night. It was a lot of fun, and a lot of people there are very, very passionate about the NIT Championship, even though all but two of the players have left the program. But we've actually got a pretty solid team coming back because of the wonderful transfer portal and the new reality of college basketball. But it should be interesting. We'll see how things go on. I was really down on the team going into last year. Then they kind of looked like they were going to be an NCAA team. Then they really messed up down the stretch. Then they ran all the way to the NIT title, which was a very fun title game. In case anybody did watch it, came down to the wire.
I may or may not have lost money on that game.
I was going to say, yeah, Marcus was probably degenerately gambling on it.
But so that was one adventure that just took place. In terms of running, I'm still the president of the Charlotte Running Club, likely going to be reelected to that position. Not guaranteed, but it's most likely to keep that on. We're in tomorrow's going to be the second day of the track season, so I'll be getting my ass kicked on the track again, just like I did last week. It was funny. I did two events last week. One I finished dead last. The other one I decided to jump in the heat primarily with little kids in it, and I dusted them all. I felt great.
Yeah,
nice.
In terms of other adventures this summer, going to Philadelphia, and this is another sports trip. We're going to go to Philadelphia a week from Friday. My wife and I are season ticket holders for Charlotte FC, and a new perk for this season. This is the third season of the team, and a part of the season ticket package for this year is you get tickets to one away match. So we looked at all the away games. We're like, all right, what fits in our schedule, and then she said, and this is really surprised me because she's been everywhere in the world, but she's like, yeah, I've never been to Philadelphia. I'm like, all right, well, that's an easy one. That's a Saturday game in June that we don't have anything else going on. So we're going to Philadelphia. We're going to go see the sights and everything there, and then Saturday night go watch them play Philadelphia Union and hopefully not get killed. So
nice. Yep. Sounds good. And Marcus, how are you, sir?
I'm good in the throes of spring ball. So 2 weeks and just about wrapping up, and then we'll have a couple scrimmages, go to team camp, and then they're off for the summer. So I'm in mini coaching mode. Like, it's just a couple of weeks, so work. Nothing like a work day, practice, and then podcast. So I'm good. I'm fueled up though.
A little on the tired side, huh?
Yeah, but you know what? Energy's up. Phil's here, and with that, our team name. He agreed with me, and I'm just gonna say this because it's hilarious. I said this is gonna be our team name because David Silver needs to give us our team, and then he was like, "Do you mean Adam Silver or David Stern?" And not the dead one, the one that looks like a thumb. They signed their media rights deal, so our team name is Expansion Now, because I want my team back.
Awesome. All right, well, let's take it over to, I don't know who has the team name. Let's go with Taco first. How are you, sir? What's going on in your world?
I'm fine. Nothing new to report. Eid, Go.
Okay.
Hi. No ticks lately. I don't know if anybody's listened to the Patreon episode. No ticks. My taint is free of ticks.
Ooh.
I check daily. I check daily now. I took a spinning class and I'm still paying for it 3 days later.
I thought the spinning class was a joke. Are you seriously went to a spinning class?
No, I wish it was a joke. My wife woke up Sunday or told me Saturday night, like, oh, we should go to a spinning class. I'm like, yeah, you don't wake up at 8:30 on a Sunday. So I agreed. Next thing you know, I'm getting poked at 7:30 on Sunday saying, hey, time to get ready for the spinning class. So I went and no one told me that it's longer than 8 minutes long. So for the first 8 minutes, I was like Lance Armstrong with two testicles. It was wonderful. I was flying. And then the longer I went, I just kept looking at my watch. I'm like, this is still going. And I was seconds away from tapping out about 8 times. And then every time I was about to quit, I just turned and I looked at my wife and she was still going. So in my head, I'm like, if she's going, I'm not stopping. So I kept going. And long story short, those seats on those spinning bikes, not made for a husky individual of any kind. So so if there is a taint tick that I have, I wouldn't even know because it hurts down there anyway.
I haven't been, spinning class, we have a Peloton, so I've taken classes on the Peloton, and I did do one in-person Peloton class about a year ago in New York City. It was a good time, but it's definitely a little bit more intense. You can't just like slow down when you want to, and everybody's just like going crazy around you. But I know how Eric's feeling because there's a 24-hour bike fundraiser in Charlotte every July, and I did that for a few years in a row. And one year, I biked a little bit too much because then, similar to Eric, I was not feeling anything down there. It was not a comfortable feeling, and it was a very it was
Anti-taint.
Yes.
It's a different feeling that I don't want to have ever again.
Yeah, because it goes from like uncomfortable to like kind of throbbing soreness to then just like, oh wait, like is it bad that I can't feel anything? So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and that was your men's health corner conversation here on BTP.
I never drank when we do this, Matt, but since my cousin just came in from Wisconsin, she brought me that beer that you like so much. So I have some Spotted Cow with me tonight. So it'll be a good time. But yeah. So anyway, our team name, I think this roughly comes out, if I looked at the spreadsheet correctly, July 2nd. So our team name today is 17 days until college football 25.
All right. Well, we have expansion now versus 17 days until college football 25. Kicking off here for this episode 260. But before we can go too much farther, let's go ahead and hand it over to Benchwarmer Emeritus Dan for the rules.
The game will consist of 4 quarters of play, each with different trivia style. The styles of quarters 1 through 3 will change from show to show, and I will explain them as we go along. Like any good sporting event, we will have a halftime show after the second quarter with entertainment questions. And in the fourth quarter, our teams will wager from their points accumulated to see who are today's clipboard captains, to be honored like the true benchwarmers they are. All right, let's get this game underway.
Thanks, Dan. Let's go ahead and get going here on quarter number 1. Today's first quarter will be Curriculum Vitae.
Curriculum Vitae. In this round, the host will list the teams and years for which a player spent time and may also give a few fun facts about each player. Each question is worth 20 points.
Question number 1. 1987 Rhode Island Gulls, drafted by the Washington Bullets and played for them from 1987 and in the 1987-88 season, left unprotected in the 1988 expansion draft and played for the Charlotte Hornets from 1988 to 97, was traded to the Golden State Warriors and played for them from 1997 to 99, signed as a free agent with the Toronto Raptors and played for them from the 1999 to 01 season, first team All ACC with Wake Forest, and the 1987 USBL Rookie of the Year.
Yeah, we can check it in.
All right, so expansion now is checked in. 17 days until college football 25. You guys can talk it out.
Bullets unprotected. 88 to 90, so long time Hornet.
Okay. My thought on this going Hornets to Warriors is Muggsy Bogues.
That's it.
And I
That's
think
who I
he
had.
was a Raptor after the Warriors.
Makes
Okay.
sense. I spaced on. I didn't realize he went to Rhode Island, but no, that's who I had for Hornets from 88 to 97. So
Cool. All right. Checking in Muggsy Bogues.
And expansion now. What'd you guys check in with?
Somebody who I've seen around Charlotte a handful of times, and he's a very, very small person. And also fantastic cameo appearance on Curb Your Enthusiasm in one episode. We also said Muggsy Bogues.
That is correct. Muggsy Bogues was got scholarship offers to play for Virginia, Penn State, and Seton Hall, but he rejected those to go play at Wake Forest. Yeah, I thought that was interesting. The Rhode Island Gulls and then the USBL Rookie of the Year. I guess the Rhode Island Gulls lasted one season in the USBL, and they set like every attendance record, and he set like a ton of records that season, and that's why he got drafted by the Bullets. So, all right, moving on to question number 2 here in Curriculum Vitae. Here we go. Drafted first overall in 2003 by the Pittsburgh Penguins and played for them from 03 to 17. In 2017, was traded during the offseason to the Vegas Golden Knights, playing there until 2021. In 2021, the Golden Knights traded him to the Chicago Blackhawks. Then in March of 22, he was traded to the Minnesota Wild, where he still plays today. One-time Vezina Trophy winner and 3-time Stanley Cup winner.
we can check in.
17 days is checked in. So that means that expansion, now you guys can talk it out.
I don't know that we need to. Philip, you had it in first, but I was there with you. This got to be Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know he was drafted first overall, but I remember the Pittsburgh, and then when the Golden Knights made that wild run to the Stanley Cup final, he was definitely the goalie then.
Yeah, I didn't. I was kind of going through my head about the time frame with the Penguins, but once it went Knights, Blackhawks, Wild, I was like, oh yeah, that sounds like Marc-Andre Fleury. So yeah, we'll check in Marc-Andre Fleury.
In 17 days, what'd you guys check in with?
Two of my very good friends are huge Penguins fans. So his first season that he was up in Pittsburgh playing with his amazing bright yellow pads, they were just so. Yeah, but I guess
were so yellow.
They were, they even said too, they wanted him to switch off of them because it was so easy to spot them and shoot around them, is what they were saying his first couple seasons. So they want him to switch to the white ones so they would blend in more with the ice, but whatever. Anyway, it's Marc-Andre Fleury.
Yep. Both teams are getting their points. The answer is Marc-Andre Fleury. So yeah. All right. Well, moving right along here to question number 3. Here we go. Made major league debut with the Texas Rangers in 1989. A month and a half later, he was traded to the White Sox, the Chicago White Sox, where he played from 89 to 91. Traded before the 92 season to the Chicago Cubs, where he played until 2004. As a free agent, he signed with the Orioles in 2005. He took 2006 off after refusing multiple offers from the Washington Nationals, and then he wrapped up his career with the Texas Rangers in 2007.
Yeah, I think we are ready to check in.
All right. Expansion now is checked in. 17 days. You guys can talk it in. Talk it out. In.
Talk it in.
Talk it in, bruh.
It's time for sexy time with Talk It In. Yeah.
Pretty sure that's yes. Taco. That's got to be Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, that was the thought. I knew he was with the White Sox before the Cubs, so I think that's it.
All right.
Check it in.
And expansion now. What'd you guys have?
Yeah, I think you can. I don't know if you want to add like from about 2012 to 2024. Developed a pinkish hue.
Became the live spokesperson for Strawberry Quick. He just walks around and they're like, "Oh, I love Quick." Anyways,
Yeah, we also said Sammy Sosa.
Yeah, both teams are getting points. The answer is Sammy Sosa. In 2009, and his in 2009, at his retirement announcement, he said that he was looking forward to his Major League Baseball Hall of Fame induction. But in 2022, it was Sosa's final appearance on the ballot, and he had received 18.5% of the vote. So don't think we'll be seeing him in the Hall of Fame anytime soon. So probably with the Veterans Committee, like decades from now or something, maybe.
well,
We'll see.
or when we get not a dinosaur that will allow like a steroid wing or something.
There you go.
Mhm.
There you go. All right, moving on to question number 4 here in Curriculum Vitae. Here we go. Selected number 1 overall by the Houston Comets in 1997, where she played until 2008. After the Comets folded, signed with her hometown Los Angeles Sparks, where she played until 2011. Signed as a free agent with the Seattle Storm from 2012 until 2013. A whole bunch of different Russian teams in there that I am not going to try and pronounce. 4-time WNBA champion, 9-time WNBA All-Star, 3-time All WNBA first team, and All NBA WNBA 10th, 15th, 20th, and 25th anniversary team.
All right, we will check in.
Okay, 17 days of checked-in expansion. Now you guys can talk it out.
So my first thought, and I said this to Marcus, and we were trying to figure out, but my first thought was Tina Thompson, because I remember on those Comet teams, you had Eric's favorite player, Cheryl Swoops, Cynthia Cooper, and Tina Thompson were their three big players, and nobody could match up with them. But Swoops and Cooper were older. Like I don't think they were already pro basketball players pre WNBA. So I think Tina Thompson is the one, because I can remember her playing for the Comets and Sparks. And she also has like all those accolades would be fitting for the career she had. I don't know, Marcus, you have anything?
No, obviously for me, I was trying to attack it from the Storm angle, but with that little of time, I just honestly don't remember her playing for them. But you've got more than me, so I'm happy to go with Tina Thompson.
Okay. Yep, we'll go Tina Thompson.
All right, 17 days. What do you guys got?
I wanted this to be Cheryl Swoops so bad for E.
Scoops.
Cheryl Scoops. Cheryl Fritos Scoops. I wanted it to be Cheryl Scoops really, really badly, but it's not. Comets to Sparks. I think she went to USC as well, if I'm remembering correctly. And so the hometown part would fit. But I'm pretty sure this is Tina Thompson. So this is what we checked in with.
Both teams are getting their points. The answer is Tina Thompson. What else do you say? I mean, she's super impressive, had an amazing WNBA career. So there you go.
Nobody wanted that to be Cheryl Scoops more than me, man.
As soon as you started giggling, I knew exactly what you were talking about. So
I hoped. All
right. So after the first round, both teams are firing on all cylinders. We got 100 to 100.
We wanted to let you know that we are on Patreon if you'd be interested in supporting us financially. Your contributions will be used to help us cover the costs that it takes to bring you the high-quality sports trivia you have come to expect from us. There's also some great perks that come with the Patreon membership to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, including bonus episodes and Benchwarmers swag. You can find us at patreon.com/benchwarmerstp. Thanks.
We're going to move on to quarter number 2, which for today is going to be 5-on-3.
Five on 3. For this quarter, there will be 3 categorized lists containing 5 items, where each item is worth 10 points. The teams will attempt to guess as many items as they can. However, if a team has an incorrect guess, they will receive 0 points for that list.
This 5-on-3 is all about franchise relocations. So here we go. This does not include temporary moves like the Raptors to Tampa during COVID or the Saints to San Antonio after Hurricane Katrina. So this also does not include moves within a metro area unless that move caused the team's name to change. So we'll get to these examples as we get along. For instance, if the Dallas Cowboys changed their name to the Arlington Cowboys when they moved from Arlington out of Dallas, that would count. However, a team name change within an actual move doesn't count, such as the Guardians and the Commanders changing their name but not moving. That doesn't count. Or the name change from a city to a state. Like, for instance, if a team was called the Albuquerque something and then they changed it to the New Mexico something, that doesn't count either. Right? So
California
they
Angels to
have
Anaheim Angels.
Yeah,
right.
so
It's got to be a
physically
physical
have to
relocation.
move.
Got it.
Yeah.
And then along with that physical move, one aspect of their name has to have changed, either the geographic location or the team name or both. Okay, so here we go. List number 1. I want you to give me the last 5 NBA franchises to move or relocate.
We'll check in.
All right, 17 days is checked in. Expansion now. You guys have about less than a second to talk it out. So, or why don't you just tell me what you got?
Don't we read it? Or
I'm not reading that first one, so you might as well read it.
Sorry.
we have the Seattle Supersonics to Oklahoma City Thunder, Vancouver Grizzlies to Memphis Grizzlies, Charlotte Hornets to New Orleans Hornets / Pelicans, New Jersey Nets to Brooklyn Nets, and Kansas City Royals or Kansas City Kings. I think they were both at some point to Sacramento Kings.
Okay. And then 17 days, what did you guys check in with?
I'm just going to give you the teams they are now. So that we have the Brooklyn Nets, the OKC Thunder, New Orleans Pelicans, Memphis Grizzlies, and the Sacramento Kings.
Yep, both teams are getting all their points, 50 points for that one. So you guys got it correctly. Trust me, Marcus, as I was typing it out, my little part of my heart was broken too. And then I realized you were on the episode and I'm like, oh, because I had this planned like months ago that I was going to do this.
Yeah,
So,
totally. Months ago.
Man. No, I did.
And it goes with our team name, so it's fine.
Everyone getting points on that and all 50 points. So cool. We'll move on to list number 2 here in 5-on-3. So list number 2 is going to be the same thing. Give me the last 5 NHL franchises to move / relocate. And I'm going to give a caveat here because there is a circumstance where a team is moving right now. That counts.
All right, Matt, we shall check in.
17 days is checked in. Expansion now. Talk it out. By the way, is there an exclamation point at the end
Sure.
of expansion now?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Make
Yes.
sure. I mean, I don't want to misrepresent your tone, right?
Serenity now. Expansion later.
It's more like now, like with an
Can I add an
expletive
MFer
after
at the end? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I mean-
Okay.
Yes, Arizona to the Utah Soakers or Yeti. I don't think Soakers is gonna make the cut, but I really do
What?
hope they pick Yeti.
No.
The people's choice.
Yeti is the worst choice they could have.
No,
Yes.
stop it.
Yes, the
I
black
want
ties, Utah black ties.
And then Thrashers to the Jets, Jets to Coyotes. That all makes sense, and that's where my I don't know the time frame. I know the teams that have moved. I just don't know the time frame. So you're fairly certain on Nordiques to Avalanche, and then North Stars to the Dallas Stars.
Yeah, those are both right around 93, 94, I believe. It's right. I think that's right before one of the long strikes. Oh no. Oh wait, we're missing one. We're missing Whalers and Hurricanes. That was 98, I believe. That is definitely pre Nordiques and North Stars, or post Nordiques and North Stars. So
which one are you bumping off?
I bump North Stars to Stars.
Okay, then we will check in Utah Hockey Club, Winnipeg Jets, Phoenix / Arizona Coyotes, Colorado Avalanche,
and Carolina Hurricanes.
Oh yeah, yes. Sorry, that's the one that's not run.
Yeah.
Yep.
And 17 days. What do you guys got?
It's Utah, Winnipeg Jets, the Carolina Hurricanes, Phoenix Coyotes, and the everyone's favorite Colorado Avalanche.
Yep, I did not read this for the first one, so I'll go ahead and read here in list two. So here we go. So yes, Arizona Coyotes to the Utah question marks, Atlanta Thrashers to the Winnipeg Jets in 2011, the Hartford Whalers to the Carolina Hurricane in 1997, the Winnipeg Jets to the Phoenix, Arizona, whatever they were called, Coyotes in 1996, and the Quebec Nordiques to the Colorado Avalanche in 1995. All right, so both teams getting getting all five correct and getting 50 points on that. So that is awesome. And we're going to move around here to question number 3 and 5-on-3. So again, here we go. Give me the last 5 NFL franchises to move/relocate.
All right, we'll check in, Matt.
17 days is checked in. Expansion now.
St. Louis to Los Angeles Rams, Oakland to Las Vegas Raiders, San Diego to Los Angeles Chargers, Cleveland Browns to Baltimore Ravens, and Houston Oilers to Tennessee Titans.
And 17 days, what do you guys have?
We have the Las Vegas Raiders, the LA Chargers, the LA Rams, the Tennessee Titans, and the Baltimore Ravens.
Yep. Both teams are getting all 5. Oakland to Las Vegas Raiders in 2020, San Diego to Los Angeles Chargers 2017, St. Louis to Los Angeles Rams in 2016, the Houston Oilers to the Memphis, Tennessee Oilers Titans, whatever the hell they called themselves, in 1997, and then the Cleveland Browns to the Baltimore Ravens in 1996. In 1995, we had the Los Angeles Raiders move to Oakland, and these Los Angeles Rams moved to St. Louis. Before that, in 94 is when the St. Louis Cardinals moved to Phoenix. And then back in 84 was the Colts moving to Indianapolis. And in 82 was the Raiders moving to LA. Before that gets back in the 60s. So, yeah.
Well, you keep softballing in the opening to basketball references. The Raiders moved from Oakland to LA and then back to Oakland. No one in Los Angeles seemed to notice.
All right. Well, both teams got all 150 points in that second quarter. So we are still knotted up here at 250 going into halftime.
It is now time for the halftime show. There will be 3 entertainment questions. Each question is worth 25 points.
And today's halftime is going to be a pre- and post-game halftime, with one part of the name being something sports-related and the other being a pop culture, entertainment, whatever, something. Question 1. A 30-year-old journeyman, first and third baseman, whose name is not Jermichael Finley, and he played for the Cubs, Tigers, Nationals, Cubs again, and now with the Reds, and a 2011 film about a bird who finds love, truly learns about himself, and how to fly.
Do you want to go with the Marcus?
Yeah, it has to be.
Yeah, we're going to check in. I think, and if this is the right answer, Matt, this is the stupidest thing in the world. I'm sorry.
I mean, I did put a hint in there, so
I think I just got your hint.
Okay, so expansion now is checked in. 17 days. Go ahead and what you guys got?
Eric, you said Rio could be the movie, and I think you're right. And with the Jermichael Finley hint, that just means that it's just Rio, so his name just ends in Rio. It's oh God, it's
currently on the Reds.
Yeah, currently on the Reds.
I'm going back too far. So what's the Candelario?
Yes, Heimer Candelario. That's his name.
All right.
Goodness gracious, that took too long. Check in with Heimer Candelario.
That's dumb.
And expansion now, what'd you guys have?
We also said Heimer Candelario. I told Marcus, I'm like, I know Heimer Candelario played for the Tigers and the Cubs, but that's a decently deep cut. If you're doing like pre and post games, I'm thinking like, what's post?
I know.
Yeah.
I've gambled on him plenty this year, and I'm like, it can't be him. That doesn't make any sense.
Okay, so both of you guys are checking in with Jaime Candelario, and you're both getting your points. I specifically put the Jermichael Finley hint in there so that you guys would know that this was one that you were going to hate.
We can understand it. It just doesn't mean we have to like it.
So I was going to put Rio de Janeiro and do something about the Olympics being there, or Rio de Janeiro and like something, about the festival or something like that. But then I remember that there was a movie called Rio, and I thought, Ede's going to be on this episode. This is going to be the perfect opportunity to piss him off. This is going to be awesome. So I was excited about that. So yeah.
Are you in the next game, my host?
He's already begun plotting.
I'm not against revenge. You know that. So
missing link that is just women.
Uh-huh. Oh, it'll get better.
A missing link that's all Cheryl Swoops.
Yes. Cheryl Swoops and Marge shot question. It's all game.
All right. Okay, moving on to question number 2. This one I think you guys are going to be checking in within seconds. So here we go. Question number 2. A 1980s sitcom with a precocious young girl who was abandoned by her parents and taken in by a crusty Chicago photographer, and a 1980s movie where a minor league pitcher has to spend a part of his inheritance in order to get the full inheritance.
We will check in.
All right, 17 days is checked in. Expansion now. Do you guys want to talk this out, or
no? It just came to me.
Yeah. I knew the second half first was Brewster's Millions, and then you came through with Punky Brewster. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and check in with Punky Brewster's Millions.
All right, and 17 days. What did you guys get?
Same thing. Punky Brewster's Millions.
Awesome. Both teams are getting their points. Look at that one. That one just flew by, nice and easy.
Heimer Candelario's
Heimer Candelario is like belongs in a special group of just why would he ever be in a trivia game?
I was in Vegas and I saw that name come across and I'm like, oh, Rio. I mean, I don't think of these pre and post games too often. So I was like, I was kind of proud of myself. I thought that was kind of cool. All right, we're gonna move on to question number 3 here in halftime. So here we go. Question number 3. Former Raiders running back who was married at O.J. Simpson's estate and actor who was dropped 1 second before the director told him he'd drop him in Die Hard to get the real effect of him falling.
You with that, Phil?
Oh yeah. We
hey, look at us.
There you go.
Yeah, we'll check him.
All right, so expansion now is checked in 17 days. What do you guys got?
I don't think there's a lot to talk out. I think this is Marcus Allen Rickman. Yeah?
Yes.
All right. We'll check in. Marcus Allen Rickman.
And expansion now, what you guys have?
At the exact same time, Philip and I sent to each other, Marcus Allen Rickman.
All right, both teams are getting points. The answer is Marcus Allen Rickman. I was trying to find I had the first 2 pretty easy, and then the third one I was, and as soon as I went on to some stupid website and they said something about Marcus Allen getting married at O.J. Simpson's estate, I was like, oh my gosh, I have to do that one. And then of course, as soon as I saw Allen, I'm like, well, yeah, Alan Rickman's got to be Alan.
Marcus, I have homework for you. I need you to learn how to do the Alan Rickman impersonation of him using an American accent from Die Hard.
Okay, I'll work on it. I'll try. Really, I'm gonna do it.
All right. So after halftime, we still have a tie game. It is all knotted up at 325 points, and that will take us to the second half. And today's third quarter is going to be the odd one out.
The odd one out. For this quarter, there will be 3 categorized questions containing lists of 6 items. Teams will attempt to choose the item from the list that does not fit the given category. Each question is worth 50 points.
Quarter number 3, odd one out. Question number 1. with the Cricket World Cup going on as we record this, I want the odd one out of this list, which is the last 5 unique Cricket World Cup winners. Your options are England, Australia, West Indies, Pakistan, India, and Sri Lanka.
All right, Matt, we'll check in.
All right, 17 days until college football 25 is checked in. Expansion now, you guys can talk it out.
Yeah, we can talk a lot out, I'm sure, with
Yeah.
our collective expertise on cricket.
Yeah, a lot of emojis, a lot of I have no idea. What is it? I don't know. And then Philip had a great idea. He said maybe one of the white countries. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was like, in my head, I was like, is England too obvious? But I don't know. I mean, I know they're good, but like, I don't know. Maybe they haven't won in a long time. I have no logic behind this.
Yeah, and
It's a
remember,
dart
this
throw.
is this is unique winners, and like I know that Australia, because actually, to date this episode recording yesterday, in Lunar League, there was a question about like the all-time greatest cricket hitter, and he was from Australia. I think he played in like the 70s, maybe. I forget exactly, but I don't know. I'm
If you've got something like that where it's like maybe it's been a long time since Australia was good, we can go with Australia.
Okay.
I have nothing.
Yeah, because I mean I know I know like the regional world there with India, Pakistan, and Sri Lanka. I think they've all won, and they've all won recently.
Okay.
And Australia, let's go Australia.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, and 17 days later, would you guys, or 17 days later, until
It's a new movie.
28 days
Yeah.
later. Movies. What do you guys check in with?
The one thing I am fairly certain about is that Australia won the last one.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it kind of ruling out. I'm most sure that Australia, England, and India have won semi recently. So it was down to the other 3, and Eric brought up the very astute idea that if West Indies had won the Cricket World Cup recently, it probably would have like felt like a thing, because it's not a country technically; it's a region, a conglomerate,
I feel like
if you will.
I would have come across something that I've seen, and I don't remember seeing anything ever mentioning West Indies other than like in school. Anyway,
Sure. Yep. So we checked in with West Indies.
All right, one team is getting their points. There's only been 6 total winners, with Australia winning 6 times, and everyone else winning it once, except West Indies, who won it 2 times. The first 2 times, 1975 and 79. So the answer is the West Indies. The last 5 unique are Australia, England, India, Sri Lanka, Pakistan, and then before that was India again. I'm sorry, India won it twice. I apologize. And then West Indies won it the first 2 times. Move on to question number 2. So here we go. Question 2. We're going back to the moved/relocated wheelhouse for this question. Same rules as quarter number 2 apply. Give me the odd one out of the last 5 MLB franchises to move/relocate. Number 1, the Seattle Pilots to the Milwaukee Brewers. Number 2, the St. Louis Browns to the Baltimore Orioles. Number 3, the Montreal Expos to the Washington Nationals. Number 4, the Kansas City Athletics to the Oakland Athletics. Number 5, the Washington Senators to the Texas Rangers. And number 6, the Milwaukee Braves to the Atlanta Braves.
So the least recent of the 6.
The oldest.
Right.
You could check that in, Marcus.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, we are going to check in.
All right. Expansion now is checked in. 17 days until college football 25. You guys can talk it out.
Well, it's not the Nets. That's all I got. The rest of them just kind of get jumbled up of like that that old, like they're all in kind of that like post World War II pre designated hitter era, right?
Yeah, there was a lot of moving from like the 50s till like the 70s, and then it stopped, and then nobody was doing it anymore. Is
Right.
what I feel like until the Expos went to Washington. But I'm fairly positive that the Baltimore one, it was in the 50s, and I think the rest were 60s. That was my gut.
Okay, yeah,
I
that
feel
was
like the St. Louis Browns was where they were done. They were done by the probably early 50s, I want to say.
okay. Yeah, that was my gut as well. So the power of two guts seems like it's good enough here.
There it is. All right, we'll check in with the St. Louis Browns and the Baltimore Orioles.
In expansion now, what'd you guys check in with?
We said the same thing, and actually, Eric, your reasoning was very similar to mine. I typed into Marcus. I said the Browns moved in the 1950s, and I think the rest were 60s and 70s, and with the Expos in 2006 ish. So yeah, we also went with St. Louis Browns to Baltimore Orioles.
Yeah, both teams are getting their points. The answer is the St. Louis Browns to the Baltimore Orioles. I picked a move that was a little bit older, so it wasn't quite so obscure kind of a deal. Because before the Braves moved to Atlanta, there was the Washington Senators to the Twins, the Brooklyn Dodgers to the LA Dodgers, the Giants to San Francisco, Philadelphia Athletics to Kansas City. And then the St. Louis Browns to Baltimore in 1953. So that was a full 12 years before the Milwaukee Atlanta move. So I kind of thought I'd built a little space in between there, so it'll make it a little bit easier for you guys.
Yeah, weren't the moves like the Dodgers, Giants, and Twins were like all those were like 60 to 61, weren't they all like in the same like 2 years?
Dodgers and Giants was
57.
Yeah, 57 to 58.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, the 57 was the last year that they played in New York, and then 58 was the first year they played in California. Yeah. And then the Senators was 60 to 61.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, cool. Good deal, guys. Moving on to question number 3. So here we go. Question 3. With MLB in full swing, let's see what player did not hit for the Triple Crown in the season. We have Mike Schmidt, Frank Robinson, Mickey Mantle, Miguel Cabrera, Ted Williams, or Carl Yastrzemski.
I think Rick Grimes' favorite player in The Walking Dead was Coral Yastrzemski.
Coral.
We'll check in.
17 days until College Football 25 comes out. It's checked in expansion now. You guys can talk it out.
Yeah, so Mark, I don't, unfortunately don't know my baseball as well as I should. But I said I know for sure Miggy, Ted Williams, and Yaz have all done it. And you said Frank Robinson did it. I don't, and like I said in our chat, I don't think Mike Schmidt ever had the batting average to do it. I mean, he definitely had the power numbers. I just don't think he ever hit for average to do it. So, and also if we have it down to either Mickey Mantle or Mike Schmidt, I mean, Mickey Mantle was a 5-tool player. I mean, he would be much more likely than Mike Schmidt to hit a Triple Crown, in my opinion.
Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
All right.
So expansion now.
Let's check in with Mike Schmidt.
All right, and 17 days until. What you guys check in with? Who I should say.
So Phil said Mickey Mantle was a 5-tool player, so he was the Air Bud of Major League Baseball.
There's no rules.
There's no rule that says Mickey Mantle can't play baseball.
Anyway, when Cabrera did it, I'm pretty sure I heard that he was the first one to do it since like the 60s. And as far as I know, Mike Schmidt did not play in the 60s, so we checked in with Mike Schmidt.
All right, both teams are getting their points. The answer is Mike Schmidt. Schmidt led the National League in both home runs and RBIs 4 times, but never came close to the Triple Crown. Never became closer than in the strike-shortened 1981 season when he hit 316, the only 300 average of his Hall of Fame career. Yet fell 24 points behind the Pirates' third baseman Bill Madlock, who led the league with a 341 average that season. So yeah. After the third quarter, we now have a lead with 425 points, expansion now, but 17 days until college football 25 has 475 points, taking us into our fourth quarter.
The fourth quarter, known as Put Your Fours Up. This quarter consists of 4 categorized questions that teams will wager up to 100 points each, not to exceed their current point total.
Today's fourth quarter is all about sports mascots. So here we go. The categories for today are as follows. Question 1, smoking in college sports. Question 2, dirty dangles in college sports. Question 3, I swear we didn't start the fire in more college sports. And question 4, M is for mascot, just like C is for in yet again college sports. It is now time for the teams to place their wagers.
We'd like to take a minute to invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at BenchwarmersTP. We also have a Facebook group for fans of the pod called The Bench. Join us there to comment on the latest episodes and share cool sports facts and trivia. If you'd be willing to rate and review us on iTunes or Stitcher, we'd greatly appreciate the support so that other people may find this podcast. Thanks.
Now that the wagers are in, on to the questions. Question 1. In 1984, this then independent but future Big East University adopted a mascot logo like no other. The mascot was smoking a pipe. Versions of this mascot are still in use today, but one significant change occurred in 2000 when the pipe was removed. What university had this smoking mascot for 16 years?
We're going to check in.
All right. Expansion now is checked in 17 days until you guys can talk it out.
Okay. There are a lot of like funny things to picture. Like the Georgetown Hoya smoking a pipe would be very funny. The Syracuse Orange smoking a pipe would be very funny.
But current Big East. So
No, he said at some point.
oh,
At some point.
so not currently in the Big East.
Not necessarily.
Miami, were they ever in the Big East?
Definitely. They were in the
Then
Big
it's-
East in the 90s.
Then it was Miami. Then it's definitely Miami.
Is it?
Yes, the bird was smoking a pipe.
I love those words together in that sentence. Enough to where let's go for it. The bird
All right,
was
we're-
smoke a pipe, and we'll check in
We're
with
gonna check
for 100
We'll give
points.
her-
Wow.
Hmm.
What the hell was that?
Okay, and expansion now. What'd you guys check in with?
Definitely, Sebastian the Ibis was definitely smoking a pipe for a long time.
All right,
But to Matt's point about Syracuse, I think they may their mascot pre-orange was may have been smoking a pipe, but in a very offensive caricature sort of way when they were the Orange Men. So
Right.
that was, yeah.
when they're
Yeah.
So I was just imagining the big orange with a pipe sticking out of it.
No. Both them and St. John's, even though they kept the nicknames for a while, they both got rid of their
logos.
Problematic
logos,
mascot.
the problematic mascots a while ago. But they kept the names, and then they both got rid of their names around the same time.
So that might be that they smoked or they carried a
Yeah.
pipe or something like that. But
Oh yeah. But
I did an exhaustive search because I heard this like randomly, I think a few months ago or so, and somebody was like, "Oh, you do sports trivia? I got a great question," and then something. He said, the only college logo or mascot that ever has smoked a pipe was Miami Hurricane. And so the ibis, and then I did a search and I couldn't find anything else anywhere else about any other logo ever smoking any tobacco or any type of anything. So I'm not sure if it was like on their official thing or something like that, but maybe.
No. Well, I do have to say the one, and a lot of people in my neck of the woods would disagree with you, is I'm pretty sure the App State, their current logo shows them smoking a pipe.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't.
Yosef. the Mountaineer.
Luckily, it doesn't change the
No,
outcome of
it
this
doesn't.
question. So that's
Oh
cool.
yeah.
So yeah. Okay, cool. Both teams get that. So the difference hasn't changed. It's still a 50-point difference. So we'll move on to question number 2. Here we go. Division III Rhode Island School of Design has a unique mascot. Please name it. Benchwarmers, I know they are Division III. Please don't get testy about it. Quote unquote testy. And this question was brought to you by Mr. David Lux.
We're going to check in.
All right. 17 days until it's checked in expansion. Now you guys can tell us what's so funny.
So I mean, we started out with me saying like, well, testy is definitely referencing testicles, and then it's been back and forth, and Marcus and I going back to our teenage days here. So
nuts, balls.
I don't care
stacks.
how old. I don't care how old the man is. They're always going to be a 13-year-old boy.
It's a puberty scene from Varsity Blues in the chat.
Yeah.
And then the reason I was laughing so hard is Philip said scrotum, and in my head I was like, is the plural of scrotum scrotums, or is it just scrotum can apply? Oh my god. Yeah, it's definitely a ball reference. So, but I would like, is it like I'm like, now you've got me even more thinking like, is it like nards or nads, or what other fun names did he have for balls? He said he was going to be pretty liberal, so do we just go with?
Well, I'm thinking like, hey, it's I think they want to class it up a little bit and go with the.
I don't know if they would do the sack though. I feel like it. Like a scrotum. Can you imagine a little scrotum mascot running around like?
What are the odds of me mentioning that at the beginning of the episode? And this
yeah, no kidding. Oh my gosh.
Full circle.
I would feel better about like just balls or nuts. Nuts to me sounds like I mean, like, well, I say that because I'm pretty sure the Mariners AA affiliate is the Modesto Nuts, but I don't know. What do you want to go with? You're the guest.
I can say scrotum.
Okay, I'm good with
checking in with that.
Yeah,
checking in with scrotum for 100 points,
or scrotums,
or scrotums, whatever the plural form is.
That's fine. Okay. And 17 days until college football 25. Would you guys check in with?
If we're using the the plural of curriculum is curricula. So I'm assuming that the plural of scrotum is scrota.
Thank you, Matt.
But I can't confirm that for sure. I'm just a teacher. What do I know? Eric, what did we check in with?
I thought maybe it would be a nickname for it. So coin purse, yam bag, all the ones I used to use as a kid. I thought maybe keep it classy, and we just went with a scrotum for 100 points.
Okay. Well, the other acceptable answers was the hockey team who goes by the Nads, the basketball team who goes by the Balls. So, Marcus, you named all three of these ones, the balls, the
Wow.
nads, and the official name, which is the Scrody.
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 So both teams are getting their points. The answer is Scrody. So
What a
Thank
bunch
you.
of assholes.
Thank you.
This is a real school. People
That
pay.
can't-
Wait,
Do
We
they
got
have
your
a
Rhode Island School of Design for ticks.
merch?
hold on,
merch
hold on.
store?
Their team colors are flesh.
It's
Look at the link I just posted
Oh
in the chat.
no.
Oh no, here
Oh
we go.
no, I'm scared.
Do I want to see what this looks like?
Oh no.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Yes,
that's
I'm
exactly
over
what I thought it
18.
would be.
Oh, come on.
Not safe for Oh my God.
That's like the
awesome.
best looking one of those costumes that I've seen.
It's
Like
really
actually looks gross.
All right, so after the
I'm
second
currently
question,
at the RISD store. Hold on. Sorry. Go ahead.
after the second question in quarter four, the each team increased by 100 points. The gap is still 50 points, so it's 675 to 625. Moving on to question number 3, and question number 3 again is in I swear we didn't start the fire in more college sports. I should have said that with the first two, but that's okay. Here we go. Question number 3. Originally, Campbell University in North Carolina was known as the Hornets. But after a fire in 1900, the university changed its mascot name to this when a school patron told the founder that your name's Campbell, then get a hump.
We can check in.
Expansion now is checked in. 17 days until college football 25. You can talk it out.
I don't think there's much to talk out. It's the Camels, the Campbell Camels. Almost 100% sure.
All righty.
We will check in Camels for 100 points.
And expansion now.
Yeah.
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 Go ahead.
The pride of Bowie's Creek, North Carolina. The fighting camels. I think it's camels is what he's looking for. I think fighting camels is their full.
Mm-hmm. Yep, the answer is the fighting camels. Not quite as entertaining as Scrody, Nads, or Balls, but still, it's a fun one.
That was for 100 points, by the way.
Yeah, one afterwards. Yeah.
Yep. I would buy some of their merch if their colors were better.
I've never been more disappointed than when I went to the Rhode Island School of Design apparel site, and it's just very underwhelming.
It's a bummer.
Okay, so again, the scores have changed, but the gap has not. So we'll move on to question number 4 in M is for mascot, just like C is for in yet more college sports. Question number 4. This university's original mascot is a musketeer and was personified as a scary-looking, sword-wielding, mustachioed gentleman that would sometimes freak out kids. So, in 1985, the Spirit Squad coordinator came up with a kid-friendly mascot called Blue Bob, who is a Cookie Monster-inspired, Blue Bob. So, name the university.
Matt, we'll check in.
17 days until college football is checked in. College football 25 is checked in for the last time tonight. Expansion now. You guys can go ahead and talk it out.
Yeah. So Marcus, like Xavier is the Musketeers, and I know that they have like a fuzzy blob mascot, but they also have a Musketeer mascot. I've seen. So I don't know if maybe they just have both. I know other schools have two mascots.
That seems counterintuitive to have both of them out there. So one of them freaks me out. Because initially in my head I was like, oh, when I think of just a Cookie Monster inspired, I immediately was like, wait, Western Kentucky used to be because I think of the Hilltopper. But Xavier makes sense because they're blue, and
the
if you've seen it, yeah.
But it's just I think they have both now instead of. I don't think one replaces another one, but I think that's just where I'm confused. I think they have both.
Okay, yeah, that works for me.
All right, so we'll go with Xavier University.
100 points.
Okay. And 17 days, would you guys check in with them for how many?
We also checked in with Xavier for 100.
Yep, both teams are getting their points. The answer is Xavier University. Philip, you're 100% correct. What happened is that D'Artagnan, who is the original musketeer back from ever since like 1925, back in 1985 when they came up with this, was like an actual person that like carried around a sword and like, freaked out the kids and stuff like that, And so that's when they came up with Blue Bob. But then since then, he's the actual musketeer dude is like in a costume with the big head and everything like that. So it's more family friendly kind of a deal. But yeah. So
although in the Big East, the scariest mascot is the Providence Friar.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was the back of Ed Cooley's head before he took the Georgetown job.
The Providence Friar was even scarier when he used to smoke a pipe.
There you go. The game has come to an end, and here are the final scores. Expansion now finishes with a respectable 825 points, but clipboard captain of the game, who is receiving the coveted Sebastian the Ibis award with 875 points, is 17 Days Until College Football 25.
Hey.
Yay.
Oh, yeah.
There you go.
I'd buy that. I'd buy that for $1.
All right. Well, Philip, anything else you'd like to add to the conversation here before we wrap up tonight's recording?
No, I just good game and enjoy playing with Marcus, and dreaded once as much as I enjoy playing with Marcus, I had some real fear when I figured out that Matt and Eric were our opponents, and like, all right, well, this means we're probably going up against a perfect game here. Which we ended up going
Phil,
against.
that was my whole thing when I was like, wait a minute, why were you asking about hockey knowledge?
Right.
You got Eid here. I was like, I don't know if that's gonna be helpful, but no, that was fun. And
it was only one hockey question, so I just figured, with one hockey question, I figured I'd get,
it's okay. Hey, Philip, we lost because of a freaking cricket question that they didn't even know. They just sussed out to the best of their ability and didn't.
But last year at SporkleCon, they did the eliminator for sports, and they had like rounds of you just like answering on your on the app on the phone, and then they took in, I think it was the top 16 they brought in to the final, and then that's when it was like a real eliminator. Got through like the first 2 rounds just fine. Then I got eliminated on a skateboarding question. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Of course.
You're okay with that because you're like
cricket and skateboarding. Whatever.
All right. Well, thanks again for coming and playing on with that and being a patron and supporter here for us, Philip.
And I'll I'm putting together. I know. I think Scott may have made a call out for people to. I forget if it was on an OT or a regular episode. Make a call out to send in some questions or even to host. So I know I usually host the basketball one, but that's not going to be till like November. But I've started toying around with like just throwing together some random questions, seeing if I could put together some rounds, and if I do, I'll let you guys know.
Sounds good. Awesome. Yeah, so if you're out there and you want to go ahead and host a game, just hit one of us up or hit us up on the bench, and we'll be more than happy to help you out. So on behalf of Marcus, Mr. Takamoto, and Mr. Eid, and myself, I'd like to say thank you for listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast, and until next time, we'll keep the bench warm.
And when you're writing those questions, just give yourself a once over. Make sure there's no ticks. Just check everything everywhere.
And if you find
there's no
ticks,
taints,
then,
also no taints in your questions.
If you find ticks,
class,
don't do Veltrex or do Veltrex. That's different.
This is herpes. This is a herpes free 2024, Matt.
Taint awareness 2024.
Taint. Yes, this is a strictly taint. We're taint.
We taint
all the time,
messing around.
Well,
and if you're,
I still can't believe that Eric and I were talking about numbness down there, and then then we get a testicles.
Grody shows up.
if your significant other comes to you and says, "Hey, spinning class," just no, unless you want a seat inside of you.
I value my taint. I will not.
Okay, we're stopping the recording now, guys.
Stretch. Get on back there. They look up. You can put it on the board. Yes.
Into deep left center for Mitchell. And we'll see you tomorrow night.
That great music you're listening to is by Justin Nozick. Thanks to him for producing that music for us. You've been listening to the Benchwarmers Trivia Podcast. Make sure to check us out on all of our social media. We are at BenchwarmersTP.